Hi, and welcome to Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing a collective read today. So for those of you who have been here before, I am putting chapter markers in the video so you can pop right on over to the pre-shuffle or the reading proper if you so choose to. But I will still do my tarot intro for those that this is the first time they've been at my channel. Tarot is a tool for self-reflection. It's only meant to guide you, to help you identify cycles or archetypes within your life. It's a tool to help you use your own inner moral compass in your pursuit for your own particular brand of happiness. So when I pull a card, when I'm working with my ancestors, my guides, energies, when a card comes out and I say, hey, this card came out, it represents this theme, this kind of archetype, these sorts of cycles. It's up to you to say, hey, does that resonate with me? And understand, you're not supposed to make it fit. If it perks your ear up and you're like, hey, that kind of sounds familiar, that's when you get that feeling, maybe this message is for me. But also understand that you're the grand maestro of your own destiny. You have free will. You always have autonomy. And I believe in fate and destiny. I do. But I also believe that they'll only take you so far. It'll present you opportunities, pathways, doorways, portals, if you will, but it's up to you to act or not to act, to say or not to say, to rely on your own inner moral compass in pursuit of your own particular brand of happiness to decide whether or not you should act or not act. You are co-creating your story with the universe, and it's a deeply personal decision to move forward the way you choose to. So don't give up your power to just one tarot reading. I am reading the energy as it stands right now. It's likely to change based on decisions that you make and the decisions of others. Just remember, you always have free will, you always have autonomy, and you always are in control of your own destiny. So having said that, we're going to move into the pre-shuffle. So normally I do my meditations and I get themes or words that stick out. Today, I didn't even get a chance to meditate. I was woken up from a dream where I was dreaming of a blonde dog or a biscuit colored dog, a wheat colored dog, however you want to say it, a very, very light golden kind of colored dog. It could be a Labrador retriever. It could be a golden retriever. It could be a Wheaten Terrier. It could be a yellow lab. Just however it is, just picture in your mind a yellow, wheat, biscuit-colored dog. And someone being incredibly overprotective over this dog. And then I woke up. And right away, I got this feeling of having your boundaries crossed, having your own wants and needs overlooked. And then I kept hearing the phrase, the right to refuse. I didn't sign up for this. The right to refuse. I didn't sign up for this. So take that as it resonates. I don't really know what that means, and this is why I'm going to come here with the cards. So bottom of the deck we have finding. So for this pre-shuffle, I will cut the deck, look at the bottom, get general energy. With these same oracles, I will also pull at the end and read from the book. But intuitively, with this finding energy right here, I'm getting figuring out how to define those boundaries. Finding yourself, finding your voice, and figuring out how to define those boundaries. I am getting a very strong feeling that someone has overstepped their boundaries. And or hasn't taken into consideration how you're feeling, what the things they do or say, how it's affecting you. And for a very small group, there is a general understanding of your boundaries, but a complete disregard for those boundaries. And you have to find it within yourself to establish hard boundaries to say, hey, this is a matter of respect. This is not a suggestion. These are the boundaries. So let's get into that pre-shuffle. Okay, one more shuffle. We have a volunteer. We'll put that at the bottom. That'll be the bottom card. Okay, so bottom card is happiness and closure. Okay. Let's start with closure. This energy reminds me so much of the Eight of Cups, of walking away. To recognize that specific moment where it becomes absolutely necessary to walk away. To protect your peace, to protect your happiness, to protect your safety, whatever it is, there's something about the need to walk away from something. And then I just heard sometimes your closure is that there is no closure. You give yourself closure. So maybe you're in some sort of situation, be it, home life with family, home life in your partner's, your connection with your partner, a particular understanding or partnership with your work. Perhaps there has been turmoil, turbulence. There's been kind of like this push and pull, trying to get somewhere, trying to establish something. And you haven't been able to get your needs met or what's fairly owed to you. I deeply feel like there is not an overstepping on your part. That what you're asking for is not some extraordinary request. This is basic human decency, basic human courtesy, and for some reason you're not receiving it. Again, if this is a work situation, like, by all means, I'm trying not to swear. Walk the away. Find someplace else that uplifts you, cherishes you, can support you, and provide a life for you. You do not need to stay in a job situation in which they're treating you terribly, unfairly, and are not recognizing your wants, needs, as well as resources for that job. Now, if it has to do with something like family, like it's a strange, strained relationship with family, or even someone you live with, like a partner, there's this feeling of frustration. I'm hearing loneliness, and so I'm hearing you're choosing to walk away, going no contact. And especially for those who are dealing with family issues, don't feel guilty that you're taking time to heal yourself if this particular family member is being awful to you, being unfair, and staying in a situation where someone is not willing to look inward, to look at their issues, to look at how they affect the people around them. It's not if it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. Sometimes your closure is that there's no closure. You couldn't come to an agreement with this person that you live with, whether it's family or a relationship. You couldn't come to an agreement. You couldn't get them to care. You couldn't get them to see things from your perspective. It's not an extraordinary request. What you're asking for is just basic human decency, basic rights, considerations, kindness, concessions, compromise, and you're not getting it. So the closure, this feels like the Eight of Cups walking away. Now, with this other card, happiness here, we have, it feels like it says happiness, but look at this person's face. This feels like freedom. And I'm brought back to thinking about that golden wheat-colored dog, that yellow lab, that golden retriever, that Wheaten Terrier, whatever it is that resonates in your mind. The symbolism of being deeply protective over a dog in meditation or in dreams is about feeling I don't want to say attacked, but recognizing that your boundaries are not being respected, that you don't feel safe, that you feel vulnerable. And this is the reason why I'm feeling like there is this Eight of Cups energy of walking away from that situation, because in doing that, there's a certain level of freedom, a weight lifted, a certain level of happiness. And that's not to say that you're going no contact with this person, whoever they are, that your happiness is derived from hurting them or denying them your energy. But like, honestly, you got to think about yourself first. Plane analogy. When you're on a plane and the flight attendant is talking about, if there is an air turbulence, there will be a mask that will fall down from, the overhead, and it's an oxygen mask if we lose altitude. Put yours on first, then help the person next to you. This is what that's about. This is about being able to recognize that you need to put your mask on first, take care of you first before you can help or work on anything else. Okay, so let's get some more pre-shuffle energy. Okay, cutting the deck. I'm hearing cut it top heavy. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, is it about family? Or is it, okay, compassion and family. Now, I just gave the example of maybe you're having like a strained or toxic relationship with your family, but this also could be a relationship, a romantic relationship that involves children. So let's talk about compassion first. I'm hearing my guides are saying that you are mistaking self-care, protecting your peace, with being uncompassionate. That you think by withdrawing your energy from this romantic relationship, from this strained, toxic, family relation, that you're being uncompassionate, unmoving, unwilling to try. And let me just tell you, that is not the energy that I get. I'm getting the energy of you have been trying. It's not uncompassionate to take time for yourself. That is showing compassion for yourself. I'm just hearing, don't be a martyr. Take that as it resonates. And I'm sorry that I'm coming in real strong with my message, but I honestly, self-care is so important. And if you truly want to mend this relationship with this family member, or even this romantic relationship, you can't keep giving from an empty cup. You can't keep straining yourself without healing first. I mean, even I don't know why I just saw a boxing ring. That's why I'm not a sports person at all, but I just saw a boxing ring. It's the reason why a boxing match has, what are they called? Oh gosh. Rounds. Round 1, round 2. You go in and you debate, you argue, you try, it's an event. They're fighting, but we're not using fighting. You debate, you discuss, you try to get your needs met, you try to make them understand. And at some point, the bell rings and you need to go to your corner to replenish your cup, to show self-love, to reset, to be stronger, to take care of yourself. So pulling away from this family situation, and or pulling away from this relationship if you're unhappy, or pulling away from a job because they treat you unfairly, is not uncompassionate. It is, the bell has, fucking rung. Towel off that sweat and from all that effort. Rest, rejuvenate, and decide whether or not you want to go for round 2, 3, 4, 5, or are you like, you know what, this is a dumb boy. If you're having a conversation with someone to try to explain to them why their behavior is problematic because it hurts you and it hurts people around them, and they're not trying to hear that, they're not trying to see it from your level. They're not trying to meet you on the same level to have this conversation. They want to deflect. They want to be like, well, what about you? They want to be like, oh, well, it's not my fault. I'm overworked. Oh, but what about the time you did this? No, we're not. Are we having this conversation to fight or to fix? Because let me tell you, you are trying to fix. They're trying to avoid. They're trying to deflect. They're trying to fight. They're trying to insult. They're trying to distract. They're trying to do false equivalence. They're trying to strawman you. Compassion, it's not uncompassionate to cut yourself off from this person, to remove yourself from their energy, to remove your energy from their field. It is showing your self-compassion. The bell has rung. You need to take a break. You need to take a break. Now, with family, this may, like I said, this may, confirm that this is about family, a family relationship or a family dynamic. But it also could be that this is a situation dealing with someone who has children or has a child. So you may be a mother or father, a guardian, and the situation that you're in, and I'm hearing for some reason this is specifically for a romantic relationship. The situation you're in involves a child or children, and that is why you're having a harder time pulling away, because you're worried about disrupting the home or what your child will think. So the matter is complicated because you're worried about hurting or confusing or in any way affecting a child. Now, as a daughter of a broken home, I'd like to say that whatever you decide for yourself in this situation, and this is just a pre-shuffle, and this message right here may be specific to maybe one or two people, but as a daughter of a broken home, I would like to say that I much rather have seen my parents separate than to have grown up with them constantly at each other's throats, constantly bickering, constantly insulting each other, because what would that have taught me as a child growing into adult? That would have taught me that love meant fighting, love meant being unhappy, love meant violence, love meant, addictions, love meant stonewalling, love meant the cost of your comfort. That's what it would have taught me. But what instead, my parents separating taught me that it's important to recognize, to put the effort in when it's needed, and also to recognize that perhaps it's time to move on, to respectfully, with all the best intentions, so that you can remain amiable on the other side. That's just my perspective on my little situation. You do not have to take it, but I felt like it was necessary for me to add that in. That is the pre-shuffle. That part about the children, maybe for a very specific group of people. Let's move on to the tarot, because I want to delve into the bulk, the main, the focus of this reading, which was having your boundaries, or feeling your boundaries are not being respected. And again, I'm hearing the right to refuse. I didn't sign up for this. The right to refuse. I didn't sign up for this. Okay. So can we get some energy about the collective right now? How is the collective? We just did the oracle cards, the pre-shuffle, so we know the energy that the collective is likely existing in. But moving into this reading, what is the energy? Okay, let's do 3. Okay, so we'll have that one. We'll get to that one in just a second. Okay. All right, so let's see. So we'll start with the one in the middle, because it came out upright. I'm going to assume that this is the main energy, and these are supporting energies, as giving me the clarification for this energy. And this energy is the 7 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands is about courage, about having the inner strength to fight for what you believe in, to push back when the world around you is saying that you're wrong and you have a belief system, you have a way of life, you want to live authentically, and the world around you is saying, hey, no, that's not right. That's someone having the strength to be like, well, here's the thing. It's my life, and I'm going to do what I feel is best for my situation. You can send me all the recommendations or chastisings you want. I'm going to stand up and protect and hold dear and cherish the things that are mine, and I'm willing to defend it. With this in reverse, this makes me feel like the collective is, what's that term, flagging? They've been trying to assert how they feel, trying to defend their point, trying to defend how they feel, trying to defend the fact that they deserve equal treatment or better treatment. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like this is an energy that's waning. It's flagging. There's a resignation. There is a question of, should I even be fighting anymore? Is it worth fighting? I'm hearing the right to refuse, and I'm hearing I didn't sign up for this. So when I say it didn't sign up for it, it could still be a family relationship. Like, you didn't sign up to be part of this family unit that is having such strain put upon it. But more specifically, it feels like I didn't sign up for this relationship that is behaving in this way. I'm losing the gusto, the gumption, the oomph to fight for it. I'm tired of having these conversations, the same circular conversations over and over again. Is this something that I'm willing to fight for? And again, I'm hearing the right to refuse. I didn't sign up for this. Okay, so let's look at what this card is. So we have King of Swords in reverse. This is about someone making decision. King of Swords is about someone making a decision from logic. Someone who doesn't let their heart supersede using their intellect and logic in making decisions. With it in reverse, it almost feels like this energy of, should I even fight for this? I didn't sign up for this, is no longer looking at it from a logical standpoint. And that's not a dig. That's like someone saying, oh, well, logically, it makes sense for me to stay in this situation because it's a stable job. Logically, it makes sense for me to stay in this living situation because, this is family and we've lived together for a really long time. It's logical for me to have this living situation with this person because it reduces my rent. That's thinking about it logically. But with it in reverse is like it's not that logic is not part of a decision-making process anymore, but it's like your heart space and your soul space is also is riding shotgun. It is in the front seat with you, the driver, and is saying, hey, you should be also considering your emotional fulfillment and your spiritual fulfillment. This is this energy almost feeling like I need to stop thinking about it from a logical standpoint, and I start in that way, like numbers and how much it costs to live in a place, or this job pays well. Is starting to think, do I feel fulfilled? Do I feel appreciated? Do I feel cherished? It's not a relinquishing of logic in this situation, the way I see it. It is the allowing of heart and soul to move forward, to step forward, to stand side by side with the King of Swords. The King of Swords, like I said before, is an energy of, we're just looking at the numbers. We're just crunching the numbers. We're just looking at it from a purely intellectual, logical, emotionally detached kind of situation. In reverse, I feel like that energy is pulling back and asking heart and soul and spirituality to move forward, to be arm in arm, side by side, making this decision. It is not relinquishing logic, but adding soul and heart into this decision. Am I happy? I don't want to fight for something that I don't feel I'm appreciated in, that I don't feel heard, that I don't feel supported in. Let's look at this next card. Next card is Six of Wands in reverse. I just heard this is not the path to victory. This is not the path to happiness. Where I'm at right now is not the path to my happiness, is not the path to success. This energy feels like, and please understand, this is not a giving up and like, I guess I'm just going to let life happen to me. No, this is a relinquishing of, like, it's recognizing when to stop pushing for something, when to stop trying for something, because there is, okay, hold on. Let me just say, there is this way of thinking that I've heard people say, where it's like, you got to keep trying. If it's worth it, you work for it. Nothing worth having comes easy. And I fully believe that. I believe effort is needed to be put in. But this situation is not this. If you are not being heard, if you're not being cherished, if you don't feel safe, if you feel reduced in any way, if you feel like your wants, needs, and desires aren't being met, if you are taking times and taking great pains to avoid the people in this situation, like you're working long hours just to not be around them, you come home from work and you go right into your room and you close the door so you don't have to deal with a certain family member, that is not the same. That is absolutely not the same. Yes, things that are worth having are worth working for. But this is a situation of, I don't know if I should keep fighting for this. I'm not getting anywhere. I need to stop thinking about it from like, okay, well, it reduces my bills living with family or living with this person, but does it make me happy? I need to stop leading with only logic and intellect, leading with not allowing my heart to be part of this decision. My heart needs to be part of the decision, because where I'm at right now is not the path to my success. It's not the path to my happiness. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel happy. I'm hearing existential dread. I'm feeling like the cloak of sadness. Take it as it resonates. This may not be for everyone, but this is the reading that I have. I want to grab a different deck, but I'm gonna move forward with this one. Okay, let's get some more clarification on this, on the middle one. The wanting to give up. I don't want to even use that word, because it's not giving up. It's not that. It is the refusal to keep putting your energy into something that is not reciprocating. So you're pulling back your energy. I'm not using giving up. That is pulling back and recognizing when to step away. We have 3 of Cups. By pulling away from the situation, you are bringing yourself in alignment with people that you know are better suited for you. This is putting you in alignment with maybe friends that you've lost touch with because of the situation. This is putting you in alignment with people that you love, that you've lost touch with, or you haven't communicated with in a long time haven't communicated with for a long time. Totally tongue-tied. This is putting you in line with working with new coworkers at a new job, because the only way that you can move into a new, more prosperous, more fulfilling part of your life is, like the earlier card that we got, is to walk away from something and stop putting your energy into something that is not reciprocating. I get the distinct feeling that this energy is not putting in the same amount of energy that you are trying to put in. By recognizing you need to pull back that energy and stop investing time in something that is not reciprocal, you are creating a space for new friends, new love, new camaraderie, new collective to link up with you. Okay. We have 10 of Cups. The path to success is linking up with other people, is pulling back your power and focusing on self, is putting yourself in another situation. The 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment, happiness, comfort, security, support, romance. Pulling your energy away from whatever it has been drawing upon it and not giving back to you. Stepping away from that Again, I heard the right to refuse. I didn't sign up for this. You sure as hell didn't sign up for not being appreciated. Who does? Who signs up? Who looks at the poster on the wall that says, do you want to be underappreciated and undervalued? Do you want to not have your thoughts and feelings listened to? Sign up today. Who looks at that poster and says, you know what, that's exactly what I want, and signs up for that shit? No one does. Because we're humans and we want to feel connection. We want to feel love. We want to feel support. We want to feel the camaraderie. So walking away from this energy, and I just heard, but it's hard. It can be hard. Maybe for some people it will be a little bit more seamless, a little bit easier transition. But let me tell you, that same phrase that has held people in relationships, that same saying could be applied here with the pulling your energy away, finding a new situation, a new love, a new living environment, a new job, emotional fulfillment. And the path to here, I'm hearing, oh, it's hard. Well, you know what they say. Anything worth having is worth working for. That's where you would apply it. That's really where you would apply it. Let's get a clarification on this King of Swords in reverse. Oops, fell on the floor. We've got Four of Wands. That's the 1111 card. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the symbolism of 1111, it usually means someone who mirrors your energy back to you. If you show love, they show love. If you're putting forth understanding, they're putting forth understanding. It's a perfect match. If in a non-romantic way, this is finding that perfect job that really resonates. You have like a collective or what's the word? Like a team of people at this job who is like a second family to you. If this is relationships, this is finding the one that makes your soul sing. This is finding, for those who resonate with these terms, soulmates, twin flames, divine counterparts. This is where your heart and soul want to live, be, exist, just want to be all encompassed in this. If you are with someone that, you know, in a different reading, if you're already with someone, seeing this card means it hints towards the leveling up of a relationship, moving in together, you know, engagement, handfasting, weddings, jumping the broom, that sort of thing. In this situation, I'm hearing this is a portal. This situation is like a portal to the 2.0 version of your life. There is some situation that you are currently dealing with right now that is unbalanced, that is not reciprocating the effort, doesn't appreciate what you do, doesn't want to hear what you have to say. And like, you want to have deep conversations with this situation, being like, we need to talk about this. Let's talk about, is this really working? And they don't want to talk about it because what they feel, their comfort is more important than yours. Oh, I'm sorry. It's making me really angry that this energy is so manipulative and it's trying to keep you, the viewer, away from up-leveling. Because let me be very clear. Stepping away from this energy allows for camaraderie, meeting the right people, feeling like finding your second family, finding love and fulfillment, finding the one that just understands you on a soul, heart, and mind. All of this is waiting for someone in the collective, but they need to walk away from this. We're going to go ahead and pull an oracle from the same oracle that we had earlier today, but I'm actually going to read from the book because I want you to hear it. And I'm not going to, pontificate or like intuitively interpret what it means, because when I pull this card for this collective and I read from the book, that is spirit talking specifically to you, and you take that message and you let it kind of marinate within you. How does it speak to you? What does it mean? How will it help you move forward in pursuit of your own particular brand of happiness? How will it help your inner moral compass to make decisions for you in your life? Oh, we have 2. Well, we'll just go ahead and take those. Oh, we have 3. My goodness. Well, we'll just take all 3. I'm going to put them like this. Let me grab my book. All right, let's get to reading. So what we have here is beauty. Okay, let me find the definition or the explanation for that. And then we will... Okay, beauty is on page 38. Okay, so I'll do my best to keep it in frame. Apologies if it moves out of frame while I'm reading. If only you'd open your eyes and marvel at the beauty that surrounds you. In fact, when was the last time you gazed at your own reflection and told yourself how beautiful you are? Sometimes you feel attractive, yet at other times you feel cursed by the weight of ugly thoughts that you torture yourself with and sometimes direct towards others. Now is the time to lighten up and smell the roses. So, take that as it resonates. Next card, we have trust. Okay, let's find that in the Oracle. Okay. Keep yourself to yourself and do not buy into the fear or chaos that's being stirred up around you. You know the truth, so stand strong in being true to who you are. Remember that relationships, whether personal or business, should be built on trust, and a mutual agreement could test your faith. You've been let down badly, and it's taken a while to trust. However, someone vulnerable needs your assurance, and a secret is shared. It's time to prove how trustworthy you can really be. Okay, so take that as it resonates. And the last one is strength. Oops. All right, 114. Okay, so strength. Because you're of a sensitive nature, you've been misunderstood and have been perceived as weak. It's time to it's time to release the roaring lion within and let others know you mean business. Robustness is required as you step up to your responsibilities and reclaim your power. Rapid growth accompanies you as you deal with emotional or mental issues. So draw strength from that knowledge in order to heal and become strong again. Take heed of signs to up your physical activity and to build the fortitude and resilience you need to withstand any pressures you're facing. Strength will pull you through when faced with your greatest weakness. Take it as it resonates. And that is the reading for today. Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and thank you for watching to the end of the video. I know I can be very impassioned, but when I'm channeling, I am channeling, and the way it comes out is just the way that I'm hearing it. Yes, I'm a very passionate and intense person, so it comes out in my readings, but that's just me. So thank you for stopping by. My name is Angel. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot, and I will see you at the next reading.